Dear sisters, if you choose to kill yourself for a man, he will let you. If you choose to jump oceans for the man, he will let you. If you choose to skin yourself alive, he will let you. And I hope you do not come on here and blame him for the choices that you have made, right? I say this because last weekend our sister posted that she paid for IVF so she could have twins, and all of this just in the name to give her husband the title Salongo, because apparently in Uganda it signifies respect. Guess what Salongo did after the fact? He left. Now, before all of you out there go to this extent of sacrificing yourselves and go to the end of the world to make that man happy, please be sure to make informed decisions that benefit you too in the long run. All right? Before you come on here and start cussing men, when they start to ask you, but did I ask you to have those twins? Did I ask you to have that IVF? Did I ask you to drop out of school? Did I ask you to quit your job? Because they will ask you, and 8 times out of 10, these men have a point. Because unfortunately, many of us out here go and do these things unprovoked in the hopes that these men will love us, they will cherish us, they will treasure us. And I can think of a few reasons why some of us abandon ourselves to this point or become this codependent and lose ourselves in our relationships. I will start with these reasons, because then if you are doing it, you will understand where it's coming from. So maybe, just maybe, you can work on it. Reason number 1, people pleasing. Many of us here are people pleasers because we grew up in environments where we weren't shown love unless our behavior was considered desirable. So we grew up and became adults who performed to be loved. So you go out there and start doing things for this man so he can love you, because you were trained as a child to do that by your own parents. You didn't get good grades, you were not liked. You did not do housework. Your parents compared you to the child who did housework. So you grew up assuming, so if I perform, I will be loved. Now it's showing up in your relationship. Another reason, maybe you were made to feel selfish for expressing your needs. So you stopped doing that, right? Now you say yes to your man, whether it kills you or not. You say yes to his family disrespecting you just to keep the peace, even if it breaks you. Maybe you fear abandonment so bad that you shape yourself to be what you think this man wants so that they don't leave you. Or maybe you've internalized the idea that you're only lovable if you are meeting this man's needs or being useful. We call that conditional self-worth. Or you have actually confused sacrifice with intimacy or love, and believing that giving up your needs is a sign of devotion. And unfortunately, many of us here go along with things we don't even want to do just to keep the peace. And as you can already see, like all of these reasons that I've just listed are a you problem, not your man. So please take it up with yourself before you start calling these men trash, before they leave you hanging dry. Sit with yourself. My mom used to call it okwekwa motochi, and do some inner work. Look inward and see, could there be a role that you are playing in your own suffering? Newsflash, I think we always forget this. Allow me to remind you, men, just like women, are allowed to leave us whenever they feel like it and go where they find peace. Okay? People have a right to decline your love no matter how pure your intentions are. Okay? You are not what they want, and that is okay. Please teach yourself to not exaggerate your place in people's lives. No matter how much you love them, it's okay to not mean to them what they mean to you. All right? None of our relationships are set in stone. So today, I need us to ask ourselves a very important question. Am I the problem, or is it my partner? Have I lost myself in this relationship that I've become unrecognizable? Have I become codependent in this relationship that my needs are not honored? Or am I blaming my partner for their actions and not looking at the role that I am playing in my own suffering? Right? Your partner asks you to quit your job so that you can stay at home, care for the kids, care for him, clean the house, without even giving you an allowance. And you allow, even if you hate the idea so badly. Now, whose fault is this? Your fault, right? He asked, you accepted. He's growing, you're not. You're popping kids every other year. You're depressed. And in all honesty, I don't understand how you can be mad to something that you said yes to. He didn't force you. He asked. Everyone has expectations in a relationship. It is up to you to check within yourself to see if you have it in you to meet these man's expectations, right? That is why it is very important to have self-awareness before you get married. Please get onto that self-discovery journey to make sure you know who you are, what you want, your values, your boundaries, your non-negotiables, because you can only lose yourself this much if you didn't know who you were before the relationship. So now ask yourself, Are you, whatever you're doing, are you doing it because you want it, or are you doing it to please that man? Another example that we are always hearing is women having kids in the hopes that your man will kind of like bow down in gratitude because you made him a salongo or because you gave him an heir. We've seen men leave women who bore them sons to settle with those who only gave them daughters. So don't give in to your fellow woman's pressure. Oh, you have only 5 daughters. You've not given your man an heir to more demusika, a jaquenda. If 5 kids is what you can take, if that is how far your capacity can go, then that is enough. Okay? There is no guarantee that the 6th child will be a boy, is there? There is no guarantee that after the 6th child, your man won't leave, is there? That it will make him stay. No guarantee. I've seen sisters given to this kind of pressure, then come on here crying about men being ungrateful, how they sacrifice their bodies to have 6 children. And I'm always here thinking, did he ask you? Okay, let's say he asked, and you said yes. Did he put a gun to your head? No, he didn't. Another story that I usually hear is, oh, I converted to Islam, I changed my religion, my family abandoned me because of it, but just for this man, I loved him so much. 5 years later when he's leaving you and now you're reminding him of this, and this man is looking at you asking you, did I ask you to change? Did I ask you to convert? Ladies, enough with pointing fingers. Enough with the blame game. Okay? When do we look inward and take accountability for how we show up? For the role that we play in our suffering? When do we do that? Like for you, when is enough for you as a person? Right? Before you do anything for anyone, I need you to ask yourself, is it building or crushing you? That's number 1. Is it what you want or you're doing it because it's what they want? That's number 2. Is the relationship a source of joy for you or a source of pain? Can you live with the decision you are making right now and stand on it 100%, 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, after that person leaves you without any regret? Can you do that? Can this person asking you to do all of these things do the same thing for you? If the answer is no, don't do it. Okay? Men will take you to the forest and leave you there. Yeah. We have heard that statement so long. But I'm always thinking, it is because you allowed to go to the forest in the first place. Many of you are out there loving blindly, right? Stop doing that. Trust, but verify. Stop glamorizing sweet words. Oh, he said he loves me. Oh, he said I'm better than her. Oh, he said I'm so special. He said he will die for you. But his actions are saying different. You're the one dying for the guy. If his actions are not spoken consistently, take that as a sign for you to run for the hills. Please do not deny your needs to keep a connection. You will resent yourself later on. After making so many mistakes, I have learned that just like life, marriage is what you make it. Even if that role is just you tolerating toxicity, then that is your role that you're playing. Even if it's just putting yourself last, then that is the role you're playing. Even if it's just making excuses for this person, then that is the role you're playing. Okay? It takes two to tango. In what ways that you keep losing yourself? Number 1. Codependency. Now, codependency is a dysfunctional relationship pattern characterized by an unhealthy reliance on another person for one's self-worth, identity, support, validation, and emotional well-being. Your partner's mood literally dictates yours. If he's sad, you're sad. You have an unhealthy obsession with the relationship. You would do anything for them, even if it kills you. You can't set boundaries. You have overwhelming feelings about being abandoned, like you would rather die than that man abandoning you. Right? You've stopped doing things that you once loved doing. You've stopped doing things that used to make you happy. You've stopped chasing your goals and dreams. You think if you sacrifice, not compromise, okay? Those two things are different. Compromises with caution are what we do in a healthy relationship. Sacrifices, on the other hand, are what we do in an unhealthy relationship. So you have, internalized the idea that if you sacrifice everything, they will see that and they will appreciate you and love you for the sacrifice you've made. Good luck with that. Your behavior changes based on your partner. You do whatever they want. If they ask you to jump, you just ask, oh, how high? You have no boundaries. You're always putting your needs last. You're overfixing. You're overgiving. You carry the emotional mental load for the entire relationship, fixing all problems, even the ones that you did not create. Even when you're running on empty, you're always apologizing, even for things you've not done. Does this relate to some of the ways you're showing up? Overfunctioning to prove your worth, overperforming, trying to be the perfect wife so he won't cheat, or so he won't leave, or so he won't lose interest in you. Keeping quiet to avoid conflict even when you're breaking inside. Tolerating toxicity. Excusing disrespect with statements like, at least he provides, at least he's home, I'd rather cry in a Benz than cry in a Vitz. Giving everything, time, effort, second chances, hoping that maybe this time he will change. Changing your values, beliefs. You're now okay doing things that you were once uncomfortable with. You've distanced yourself from family and friends. Sis, a man who genuinely loves you would never be okay with you doing all of that. Okay? And the last reminder I have today is a man will change for who they want. We have all seen that. They will put in effort. They will not do the bare minimum. You won't have to kill yourself to keep them. They will show you they want to stay consistently. Okay? Sis, sometimes the man's hand you're holding could be the same man holding you back. Beware. Your life partner can either make you or break you. They will either build you up to levels you might have not achieved independently, or they will suckle your energy and leave you feeling depleted and exhausted in life. You get to choose which version you will settle for. You get to choose, because we can't control how people show up. We can't control how people behave. We can only control what we accept. Relationships do have their challenges, granted, but the right relationship will be a catalyst for success in your life. The wrong relationship, on the other hand, will do the exact opposite. You get to choose. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.